One of these cards costs 4 times more than the other. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one actually deserves your wallet space, not based on which bank has the better ad campaign, but based on the real math. This is Chase Sapphire Preferred versus Capital One Venture X, fully broken down for 2026.
Quick disclaimer before we start, this video is for general education, not personalized financial advice. Your best card depends on your own spending and travel habits. Always check the issuer's current terms before applying, since credit card offers change often. With that out of the way, here's what we're covering. The real annual cost of each card, how fast you actually earn rewards, the perks that matter versus the perks that were just marketing, and who each card is actually built for.
Let's start with the number everyone asks about first, the annual fee. Chase Sapphire Preferred runs $95 a year, and as of Chase's June 2026 update, that fee hasn't gone up, despite the card getting more benefits. Capital One Venture X costs $395 a year. That's a big number on paper, but Capital One builds in credits designed to offset most or all of it, which we'll get to in a minute. Now, the welcome bonus. As of mid-2026, Chase is running a limited-time offer of 100,000 bonus points after you spend $5,000 in the first 3 months, worth up to $1,500 when redeemed through Chase Travel. Outside of promotional windows, the standard offer has historically been closer to 60,000 points, so check the current offer when you apply. Venture X offers 75,000 bonus miles after spending $4,000 in the first 3 months, worth at least $750 in travel and more if you transfer those miles strategically to airline or hotel partners. So on pure sign-up value, Sapphire Preferred can hand you more raw value right now because of that promotional 100K offer, but Venture X asks for a lower minimum spend to unlock its bonus, $4,000 versus $5,000.
Here's where the cards start to differentiate. This is what you actually earn on everyday spending, not just the sign-up bonus. Chase Sapphire Preferred, after its June 2026 refresh, earns 5x points on travel booked through Chase Travel, 3x on dining, 3x on select streaming services, 3x on online groceries, though Walmart, Target, and wholesale clubs are excluded, 3x on gas and EV charging, which is new as of June 2026, 3x on vacation rentals like Airbnb and VRBO, also new, 2x on all other travel, and 1x on everything else. That's a genuinely wide net of everyday bonus categories, which is unusual for a card at this price point. Capital One Venture X keeps things simpler. 10x miles on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, 5x miles on flights and vacation rentals booked through Capital One Travel, 5x miles on Capital One entertainment purchases, and 2x miles on literally everything else, no categories to track. If you like tracking bonus categories and shifting spending to match them, Sapphire Preferred rewards that behavior. If you'd rather swipe one card for everything and not think about it, Venture X's flat 2x on non-portal purchases is hard to beat for simplicity.
This is the section that actually decides the argument for a lot of people, because Venture X's real cost is not $395 on paper. Every year, Venture X gives you a $300 travel credit automatically applied to any booking through Capital One Travel, plus 10,000 anniversary bonus miles worth roughly $100 to $200 depending on how you redeem them. Add those together, and you're looking at $400 plus in built-in annual value against a $395 fee, meaning for anyone who books at least one trip a year through the Capital One portal, this card can be effectively free or even net positive. Sapphire Preferred has its own credits too. A $100 Chase Travel hotel credit each account anniversary doubled from $50 as of the June 2026 update and now usable as one lump sum instead of split across stays, plus up to $120 every 4 years toward Global Entry, TSA PreCheck, or Nexus. Do the math on the $95 fee, and that $100 hotel credit alone can more than cover it in a year you actually use it. Both issuers are playing the same game, engineer credits that make the real fee much lower than the sticker price.
This is Venture X's strongest, most obvious advantage, lounge access. Sapphire Preferred includes 0 lounge access. That tier is reserved for Chase's more expensive Sapphire Reserve card, which runs a $795 annual fee. Venture X gets you unlimited Priority Pass Select membership, covering over 1,300 lounges worldwide,
plus access to Capital One's own branded lounges in cities like Dallas-Fort Worth, Denver, Washington Dulles, Las Vegas, and JFK. One important update for 2026. As of February 1st, guests at Priority Pass lounges now cost $35 per person per visit. And authorized users on your account lost free lounge access unless you pay $125 per year to reinstate it for them. The primary cardholder's own access is still unlimited and free. Now, where Sapphire Preferred actually pulls ahead is trip protection. It includes primary rental car collision coverage, trip cancellation and interruption coverage, and, new as of June 2026, emergency evacuation and transportation coverage. VentureX isn't far behind. Trip cancellation and interruption up to $2,000 per person, trip delay reimbursement after a 6-hour delay, primary rental car coverage up to $75,000, and cell phone protection up to $800 a year with a $50 deductible.
What are these points and miles actually worth when you cash them in? Sapphire Preferred points are worth 1 cent each as cash back, but you get a 25% boost when redeeming through the Chase Travel Portal, and they transfer one-to-one to more than a dozen airline and hotel partners. One caveat worth knowing? Chase recently reduced the transfer ratio to World of Hyatt, so if Hyatt transfers were a big part of your strategy, that partnership isn't quite as strong as it used to be. VentureX miles are worth 1 cent each toward travel purchases or bookings through the Capital One Travel Portal, but only 0.5 cents if you redeem for plain cash back, so redeeming for travel is clearly the better move on this card. Miles also transfer to more than 15 airline and hotel partners, mostly at a 1-to-1 ratio. If there's any chance you'll redeem for plain cash back instead of travel, that's a meaningful edge for Sapphire Preferred.
So here's the actual verdict, broken down by who you are. Get Chase Sapphire Preferred if you're newer to travel rewards, you don't fly often enough to justify lounge access, you want a wide set of everyday bonus categories like dining and groceries, and you want the lowest cost entry point into a strong transferable points ecosystem. Get Capital One VentureX if you travel frequently enough to actually use airport lounges. You'd rather earn a flat 2x on everything without tracking categories, and you're disciplined enough to redeem the $300 travel credit every single year, because if you forget to use it, the $395 fee stops paying for itself. Sapphire Preferred is the better starter travel card. VentureX is the better card once travel becomes a real recurring part of your life.
Both of these are genuinely strong cards. This isn't a case of one being a trap. It really comes down to how often you fly and whether lounge access is worth $300 a year to you. I'll drop links to both cards' current offers in the description below. If you found this useful, subscribe for more straight talk breakdowns like this every week. And let me know in the comments, which one are you actually going with?